As you may already know, Pager-Power have launched a range of online products. These have been designed with the sole aim of making the early stages of developing a wind farm easier. This video will help you choose which Pager-Power online product you require. Are you searching for onshore wind farm sites in Great Britain and want a broad overview of potential aviation issues at any given point? You will require our aviation risk data, priced at £380 per tile. This report will show you which parts of a 20 km by 20 km tile have least risk and which have the most risk. If you focus on the areas of least risk, your wind developments are less likely to have any aviation issues. Do you have an onshore wind farm site in Great Britain that you are thinking of developing and you want to know what aviation and radar issues you are likely to encounter? You will require an aviation risk report at a cost of £295. This report lists radar, airports and airfields and other items that could be affected. It will also provide you with up to 3 radar line of sight charts that show whether particular radar are likely to detect the wind farm. You know the specific aviation issues that your wind farm may face, but you want to get an initial view on whether these might be overcome and what the cost might be. You will require an aviation risk report commentary. These are priced at £99 if ordered with the risk report, or £149 if ordered at a later date. This commentary report will give you a clear indication of whether issues can be resolved, the cost and the timescale of resolving the issues, and combined aviation risk is provided, based on the facts in the online risk report. You want to understand how many microwave communications links there may be in the vicinity of your wind farm so that you can determine whether it will be heavily constrained or require extensive mitigation. You will require a microwave link chart priced at £98.50. This chart shows microwave links in the vicinity of your wind farm. The chart is indicative only and Ofcom must still be consulted. Your proposed development is in a hilly area and you believe a problematic radar can see some of the turbines. You want to design your wind farm so that the radar will not detect it, meaning that you can avoid the issue. You will therefore require a radar area assessment priced at £395. This report shows the maximum turbine tip height that can be accommodated at each point within an area of up to 10 km by 10 km. For example, the chart might indicate that an area could have 2500 metre turbines or 925 metre turbines. You can then consider this to determine the optimum site design. You have a specific wind farm design and you want to determine the extent that each turbine is visible to a particular radar. You also want to determine how much you can increase or decrease each turbine's height whilst keeping it hidden from the radar. Or you have received a radar objection and you want to check the objector's calculations. You will require a radar line of sight chart. These are priced at £99 for the first turbine and then £19 for each subsequent turbine. The radar line of sight charts show you how much of each individual turbine is visible to the radar, or indeed the extent to which each turbine is hidden from the radar. You have seen the results of the radar line of sight calculations and you want a more in-depth understanding of whether your turbines are going to affect a radar. This will allow you to maximise wind farm size whilst minimising radar impact. You will require a radar detectability analysis priced at £149 for the first turbine and then £99 for each subsequent turbine. This calculation determines whether the energy that reaches the radar from the turbine is sufficient to affect the radar. This calculation is more sophisticated than the radar line of sight calculation, but is also more difficult to understand. You want to check whether your wind farm lies in the physical safeguarding zone of a specific licensed or military airfield. You will require an Aerodrome Protected Surfaces chart priced at £195. This chart shows the relative positions of the turbines, runways and the airport's physical safeguarding surfaces. Turbines beyond the surfaces are unlikely to be an issue. Turbines within the surfaces will require further assessment. You want to know where television interference will occur because of your wind farm. You will require a television interference chart priced at £395. This chart shows likely areas of high interference for a particular transmitter in areas around your proposed wind farm. Are you developing wind farms and have a radar, aviation or radio issue which is not listed previously? Or are you developing offshore wind farms in Northern Ireland or wind farms anywhere else in the world and have radar, aviation or radar issues? If so, we'd be delighted to hear from you. Please email us at info@pagerpower.co.uk or call us on 01787 319 001. Thank you for listening.